Muslims hate no one more than ex-Muslims. This is why Muhammad said this.
Muhammad said, whoever changes his religion from Islam, put him to death. It's Hotel California. You can check out anytime you want, but you can never leave, yeah? In Afghanistan, Iran, Malaysia, Maldives, Mauritius, Nigeria, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, and Yemen, leaving Islam is punishable by death.
In Pakistan.
It's the same in the UK and other Western nations.
Thanks to the mass importation of Muslims. Not radical Muslims, not hardcore fringe Muslims. Muslims believe in that. That's why Muslims hate ex-Muslims. Now, this video is the purpose of this video is not to blow my own toot or not to toot my own horn, but it is important for you to understand why people like me do what we do. It's not a personal vendetta. Some Muslims might believe that. That's why they try to shame us. They're like, "Oh, you've left Islam. Why do you move on?" Oh, hang on a second. You people haven't moved on. There's a constant sword hanging over our heads, and on top of that, because of this threat from these people, I see no greater purpose than to educate the Western world about the dangers of Islam. Isn't that important? Isn't that amazing? Like I'm Frodo in Rivendell. It's not my war. It's not my fight. Like I could have just shut up and just look the other way. But no, I have to go and destroy these rings of evil. In this case, Islam. Have a listen to this. This is why they hate us. This is why Ali Dawah and all these Islamic preachers, they hate us. They hate us. Have a look at this. This is why they hate us. Have a look at this.
This is a part of our religion. There's a reason to it. Yeah, there's a reason why there's a capital punishment, because people like you, little weaklings who leave their religion.
We're not weaklings. If anything, we're one of the bravest people going around. We know that there's an entire civilization that wants to kill us. Yet we stand up to you thugs, you barbarians. We stand up to you. The reason why you jump up and down in the West is because the West tolerates you. You don't tolerate us. I can't go to Pakistan. The last time I went to Pakistan was in 2015. I started my activism in 2018. I knew perfectly well that unless I go back to Pakistan as an emperor, as a king, of which I have no intentions, I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen in 20 years' time? No, I don't have those dreams of grandiosity. I just don't care about Pakistan anymore. I just don't care. Initially, when I started my activism, I wanted to change the mind of Muslims and turn them into ex-Muslims. I had decent amount of success. Tens of thousands of people have sent me messages over the years. A lot of Pakistanis have left Islam. But now I just don't care about it anymore because I have a better purpose. This is my home. I want to save the West. I want to save Western civilizations, the greatest civilization humanity ever came up with, and it's worth fighting for. And we have woke lunatics in the West. We have useful idiots. I want to see their numbers shrink. So no, we're not weaklings, you dickhead. And that's why you hate us. And there's nothing you can do. And I 100% believe, 100%, I have no doubt in my mind, these people will lose. We will succeed. By we, I mean, the West will survive. And if the West falls, not an ounce in my body believes that, if the West falls at the hands of these people, then, you know, when billions of people are going to lose their way of life, then so be it. I'll be amongst one of those people too. I will be put to death, though. That's for sure.
And cause corruption in the land by spreading it, the capital punishment in Islamic law would be applied to you. We have no doubt, and we're proud of that. Yeah, capital punishment will be applied in an Islamic state. Yeah, not individuals going and doing it this.
That's just a side disclaimer. But if you ask him, do you want the UK to become an Islamic caliphate? They will say yes, that's our purpose. So he just said that in an Islamic caliphate, ex-Muslims should be killed. Now, ex-Muslims is a very tiny part of Western society, but there are a lot of actually white ex-Muslims too. But this is the nature of these people.
Like idiots, yeah? No, under an emir, it is done, yes. And we, you know what, we'll be watching.
We'll be watching when you will be deported. You know what? I can't wait for that day. It's going to happen, Ali Dawah. You just have to pick which country you will self-deport yourself to. Afghanistan, the UAE won't take you. The rich Gulf countries are not going to take you. Look at him. You barbarians. The only place you have left to go to is probably going to be Afghanistan. That's going to happen. Or we're going to need a new penal colony. We will be watching. It's going to happen, Ali Dawah. Mark my words. I am 42 years old. Hopefully, I have another 20, 30 years left. If one of you jihadis don't get to me, I'll be watching.
We'll be watching. Because if you're going to cause corruption in the land, that's going to cause more damage to the society as a whole, because the Sharia didn't come to protect an individual's right. Hey, can I drink alcohol? Yeah, sure. Drink alcohol, run someone over, kill them, set all this kind of chaos. No, it's not.
Run someone over, kill them. That's totally different to saving the West from you barbarians.
Says
their analogies are retarded too. Anyway, F him. After ex-Muslims, they hate women who stand up. They love those women who put on the burqa and hijab and put their head down and they say, yeah, you're my master, you can do whatever you want. I'll follow your every command. Listen to this Muslim woman trolling this teen barbarian.
لا لا ريما لا تفكنا الحجاب.
No, don't take it off.
لا تفكن ترانا في بث. ترانا في بث ما تفكن ذا الحجاب. انت معجبك متفكن الحجاب كذا.
They hate them. Do not let these barbarians come in. But unfortunately, Keir Starmer will roll out a red carpet. Have a look at this. Another Muslim woman taking off her hijab. I don't know if it's the same woman. Look how much nicer she looks. As a woman. Oh, well done. It's in woman. Isn't that amazing? Let me say something. Because Muslims try to cheapen it by calling them bad names. Muslims love to take care of men's natural tendencies. Yeah? Actually, let me show you. Let me play you this video. You'll know what I mean.
Feminist sisters who love their sisters, who will die for their sisters, will take a bullet for their sisters, but will not share their husbands for their sisters.
You can lie to your spouse. You can lie to your spouse.
So can they lie in the context of, for example, if one says, I sense that you've got a second wife.
Look at these geniuses discussing rocket science.
Can he say, no, I don't?
Yes, you can. You can say that.
You can say that.
Yes, I personally believe this is the Prophet said you can do it.
White lies?
It doesn't have to be white. It can be a black lie. If someone does this and they get caught, for example, or something happens, or
or she just asks him, where were you last night?
Yeah, but even that, he can lie. The man can do it. It's up to the man. No woman can take that right away from the man.
Okay.
Aside from Islam, I think my integrity, my dignity, my, who I am as a person, I would think it's so disrespectful for my husband.
Look at all these women. Just leave Islam. They hate you. You have no rights.
To go and marry somebody else secretly. That to me is cheating.
Okay,
even if it is
fine.
Islamically correct.
This idea of aside Islam, we're Muslims. There is no aside Islam in this discussion. I'm speaking to a Muslim.
Mhm.
So there is no aside Islam here. The true religion, which I'm now expected as a Muslim man to follow, is not the religion of Islam. It's the religion of women's feelings. I'm not going to do this. So I'm saying now we go back to the book and the Sunnah.
Listen to this part. There's a point that I want to make.
And the Prophet, he kept a secret from some of his wives. Some scholars, I'm not going to go into detail, but some scholars actually...
Why? Because it's too embarrassing. Muhammad was banging Hafsa's slave girl, who was given to Muhammad. So Muhammad gave it off to Hafsa, his third or fourth wife. And Muhammad one day came to Hafsa's house on Hafsa's turn and he said, hey, your father, Abu Bakr, Umar, is calling for you. So she went to Abu Bakr and then he started banging Maria Kiptia, who was Hafsa's slave girl. So when Hafsa went to Umar, she said, hey, Daddy, did you call for me? He was like, no, I didn't. And she's like, uh-oh. She goes back to her house and then she finds Muhammad in bed with Maria al-Kiptia. So Muhammad then said, oh, you know what? Please don't tell anyone else. I want shag her again. So Muhammad was actually lying because there was a hadith that Muhammad himself says that you can lie to your wife, as Muhammad Hijab just said. So a lot of lipstick Muslims say, oh, no, Muhammad Hijab doesn't know about Islam. He actually does know about Islam. Look at this. It is not lawful to lie except in 3 cases. Something the man tells his wife to please her. Of course he's going to please her. He's going to say, no, I'm not going to bang her. Or I'm honey, it's perfectly fine. You're my only love. And then he goes, dude. And by the way, they recorded this video a few years ago. And since then, both him and they both had secret wives. A practice called misyar marriage.
An incident with Maria the Copt. Lying is not allowed except for 3 things. One of them is hadith al-rajul limra'ati.
There you go. He's quoting the same story.
That when a man speaks to his wife.
And I take my selfish needs out of it, i.e. me wanting him all to myself. I need to understand them.
She wants a Brad Pitt all to herself. Honey, let him go.
I need to sit down and I need to really think about how this is going to affect him.
Oh,
This is a test to see how Allah is testing her to see how she responds.
Yeah.
If that's, you know,
Allah is testing. Oh my, Allah is testing these women. How is she going to respond? Is she going to let her husband bang another woman? Because men are designed to have multiple sexual partners. That's the line they go with. That's the reason. That's the justification Muslims give for Allah allowing Muslim men to have 4 wives. And Ali Dawa is going to say that. That was actually my point that I wanted to play to you. And then I'll go back to the original topic of the video.
if she decides to do the opposite, which is, you know, throw the divorce card or throw this card, then ultimately she's falling into the act of disobedience.
Thank you.
opposed to
Thank you.
family.
Thank you. Thank you, Akhi.
Without the first wife's knowledge. There's actually, I've not seen one solitary difference of opinion in any of the 14 generations of Islam. It's not there.
Which is?
Any scholar saying that no, a woman needs to know, she needs to tell her, doesn't exist.
Yeah,
See
that's it.
how much he's emphasizing on the point that he doesn't have to tell his first wife that he's got other wives. That's exactly what he did.
We're talking about the religion of Islam.
That none of you guys are okay with your husbands getting a second wife. Can I just quickly get that out of the way? Sister Swad,
Absolutely not.
you're not okay with it? Yeah. Sister,
It's a no from me. And if you
Okay.
have anything to say it now.
She's threatening it.
you're
Sorry.
finished.
Yeah.
Sister
Is
Amira,
that Hijab's wife? Why is she pointing out to him?
Yeah.
I don't think that's Hijab's wife.
no. Sister Tyra,
And I won't be happy with it.
sisters are under the impression that there is a man out there that is not polygamous. Because you guys are monogamous by nature, meaning you just want your husband and you're happy with your husband. We are not created like that.
Yeah, see? That's the point that I wanted to make because I remember this. And that's why we say Islam is a man-made religion, made for men, made by a man. True, who doesn't want to have multiple sexual partners? So the standard belief is that women are monogamous in nature and men are polygamous, having multiple promiscuous, non-monogamous is a better word. So this is the entire rationale of Muslims, that since men are non-monogamous in nature, they want multiple sexual partners. So Allah knew that. So instead of them going out and committing an act of adultery, Allah gave all these provisions to them. Okay, even if we go by that, I'm a man and, true, who doesn't want that? But Christianity is different. Christianity is about sacrifice. Yes, you need to sacrifice. You need to have self-control and all that. Islam doesn't tell Muslim men to do that, to have self-control. Islam is like, yeah, you want multiple wives? Okay, go ahead. You can have 4 wives, unlimited amount of sex slaves, and you don't even have to share that with your men. Isn't that amazing that Allah is very cognizant of what men want? And they're saying women are monogamous in nature. That's why they don't want to have multiple sexual partners. What about women's other natural tendencies? See, a man's natural tendency is to have multiple sexual partners. But what about a woman's women's natural tendencies? Every woman would tell you that she wants to look pretty. She wants to take off. She doesn't want to dress like in a hijab. She doesn't want to look that hideous. That's why a lot of women, when they leave Islam, this is what they do. But Allah, which is Muhammad's false ID, he was very cognizant of men's natural tendencies, but not of women's natural tendencies. He didn't tell men to sacrifice keep your dick in your pants, keep it under control. No, you want to bang other women? Go ahead. Here's the provisions. And by the way, Muhammad told Muslim men that they can only have 4 wives and unlimited sex slaves. But for Muhammad himself, there's no limitation of 4. Isn't that the most obvious fake prophet in human history? Look at this clown. Have a listen to this.
Are women allowed to take off their burqa?
Yes,
They can just take it off and throw it
they can, yes.
in. The hijab
The hijab under Sharia or outside of Sharia?
in the Sharia.
No,
No, not allowed
So even the burqa, they can't take it off.
to take it off.
no, they're not.
They're forced to do it. So,
No, it's part of the law for them to wear it.
so the law tells them you have to wear that.
Absolutely, it's part of the law.
What would happen if they took it off?
Then, depending on the law of the country,
What do you mean depending on the law of the country? We're talking about Sharia. So in Sharia, if a Muslim woman does not put a hijab on, she will be beaten until she gives up, until she says, okay, I'll put it on. Of course, they'll put it on. But feminist women will tell you otherwise.
depending on what's decided, there will be consequences.
Consequences.
If they are unhappy about those consequences, they can move somewhere else.
That's not true. As if a Muslim woman can say, okay, you know what? I'm leaving. A Muslim woman cannot even leave without a male guardian, either her father or her husband or her brother or her uncle. Like the line just keeps on going. And if a woman has no male mahram to look after her, then her emir, her caliph becomes her mahram. That's how pathetic it is. She cannot leave on her own. And look at him. He's just he's putting a lipstick on a very ugly face.
They're allowed to leave? Yes. Okay, so they say, I want to leave this religion. No, I want to leave this country. They can leave. They say I'm going to...
They cannot leave. A Muslim woman cannot leave her country. It is absolute. His name is Smile to Jannah. He's obviously lying here. Give me a ruling that says Muslim women can leave if they are unhappy with certain Islamic practices. It is an absolute utter lie. Smile to Jannah, you're a shameless creature. I did not expect that from you. What happened to, unapologetic defense of Islamic values? Shameless creature.
leave this country and this religion. Yeah. Oh, that's fine. So everyone's allowed to just leave. In Islam,
They're not allowed to leave.
if you decide that you are not following that faith and you keep that to yourself, you're welcome to do that.
See how he changed the goalpost? Taking off an hijab is a very, in its very nature, it's very public. It's a display of rejection of Islam, of an Islamic ruling. That cannot happen secretly. Now, on the other hand, what he's saying, if you're an ex-Muslim, then you cannot advertise it. Well, why can these Muslims? Why do we allow these people to advertise their faith? Why? See the hypocrisy in that? You cannot display any dissent to Islam under Sharia, but we have to cater for these barbarians and let them spout their pathetic religious nonsense. Why?
If you now start announcing it and telling other people and causing drama, there will be consequences.
The consequences like death, as Muhammad said. Kill those who change religion. Actually, no, there's even worse. There's actually a Quranic verse as well. So a lot of Muslims say, this is just a hadith. So according to him, when he said, you can just leave, this is the actual ruling of Islam. So basically a punishment for me and every person who has shown dissent to Islam. Those who fight against Allah and his messenger, because we do, and run about trying to spread disorder, which Ali Dawah was saying, on the earth, their punishment is no other than that they shall be killed or be crucified, or their hands and legs, and actually hands and feet be cut off from different sides. So my right hand should be cut off and my left foot should be cut off. Or they be kept away from the land they live in it. So that's the last. This is what he was telling you. He was only telling you half the story. But no, that is obviously the least serious offense. That is only if you've committed the least serious offense, whatever that might be. That is a humiliation for them in this world, and for them there is a great punishment in the hereafter. Now you understand why people like me hate Islam. They want to cut off, they want to torture us, they want to crucify us, they want to kill us. And they expect us to be kind to them. No. I am so happy. But nearly 10 years ago when I started my activism, it was very different. We used to be, it was a different world back then. We used to mince our words a lot. Now we don't, because the end goal is the deportation of this entire medieval ideology. And thankfully, now we have more allies than we did back in 2018. I used to debate with these people. No one would pay any attention. I would debate with Daniel Hakikachu in 2020. I think I debated with him in 2021, and he was saying all these atrocious things, and people didn't pay any attention. Now, some people play those clips, snippets from those debates. But now we have more allies, thankfully. Jews. This is why I like Jews. A lot of people, a lot of conservative people in the West, they don't like the fact that some of us support the Jewish people. This is the reason why we support the Jewish people. It's because we have the same enemy. Both of us, we know the ugly side of this ideology. We know what will happen to us if we yield any ground to these people. It's all or nothing for us, guys. It's all or nothing. That's why we fight against this ideology. And I know the vast majority of the decent people of the West, those who still make excuses for this, once they understand, then they will change their minds too. That's all there is. I've just explained you the crux of my entire movement, or the crux of my entire activism. That's it. There's nothing else. There's no monetary gain. There's no clout seeking. The journey is very exciting. Don't get me wrong. The journey is very exciting. I started off from criticizing Islam to becoming a Western patriot. Apostate Prophet says, stay away from Islam. I would say, keep Islam out of your country.